Happy New Year. I'm so excited to get my vlog going again. Obviously, if you were here when I started it in the spring, thank you. Maybe you wondered if I gave up, but no, I just really didn't have time for editing throughout the busy season. So that was definitely a bummer, but the season itself was the best I ever had. So I really feel very inspired going into the new year. I did some goal setting, cleaning, refreshing, and just revisiting a space in my office that I haven't worked in a while. So I'm very happy to be back at my desk and to open up another space of my creative world to you. Today is the first Monday of the new year, and Sarah and I are doing our first event. And also working with another friend of ours named Jillian, and she's a chef. So today's event is a lunch, and it's coastal picnic vibes. So we have a lot to catch up on because Sarah, Jillian, and I created a couple events over the summer that were so fun and definitely something we want more of creatively this year. So I will catch you up on all of that later on. But for now, it's Lily. Lily's whipping toys around. Now it's time to get ready and head off to the event. So I'm going to bring you along. Let's go. Okay, I still need to organize this a bit. But one major change that's happening is I'm starting to bring down from storage a bunch of plates that we have collected over the year. And we are using this set today for this lunch. So I'm gonna get those packed up and show you a couple other things. Okay, we have our plates, and now we also have menus. Oh my God, it looks so good. And this matches the invitation that we sent out. So I gotta cut these and then pack up the rest. I'm back in my office. We had the best day yesterday. It was so fun to kick off the first Monday of the year doing something so beautiful and creative with other fellow creatives in the Chantilly Studio space. Sarah and I had wanted to design an event in those all-white rooms for so long. So the fact that Megan brought us on board to treat her mentee program to a special afternoon picnic lunch was perfect. It was just the best way to kick off the year. Megan recently rebranded, and I got to work with her on that. So all of the graphic design elements that represent her brand. And so it was a natural progression, I guess, creatively to turn that into a coastal tablescape. And we went with this wintry picnic vibe, which we had never seen anything like that before. So we had a blast. We're always inspired to try new things, and bringing in the picnic baskets was perfect. And then always working with Chef Jillian is the best. We can't wait to do so many more things with her this year. So when I was going through my footage from last year, I did find a few clips from some events we did with Jillian that I'm going to throw in here, and just to kind of show you where we started this past year, and maybe throughout this year, whatever I'm able to keep up with will just be a natural progression, and more creativity and more tablescape fun and events and hosting and all of the things that just come together creatively to create an atmosphere where you can escape, I guess. Obviously, we're all so busy and we're constantly scrolling, or just, I don't know, we all have so many responsibilities, but the hosting joy that comes from bringing people together for conversation and just being together in a new environment is, it's the best. It's such a good feeling. And so it's not just what goes into creating the event, but it's what happens, the atmosphere that naturally creates itself once you've kind of done all the work leading up to it. It becomes something that you don't expect. And that is just delightful. So we had the best day. It was awesome. And so I'm going to show you a couple more clips from a dinner party we did last summer. It was tomato themed. Whenever there's a trending theme, we love to put our own spin on it. So we went with a very vibrant vibe for the tomato concept, in contrast to sticking with more of like the Italian vibe that we were seeing the trend turn into. We were super inspired by this cookbook called By Heart that Jillian had, and it was just this bright orange and super colorful book cover. And so we used that to spin into our tablescape. It was awesome. And I designed and illustrated invitations, which turned into a menu. We made little tin fish place cards with Swedish fish in them. And it was just a great summer kickoff and collaboration with Jillian, again, who sourced all local produce. And it was a kickoff to tomato season too. So we had a blast with that one. And then we also collaborated with Jillian on a tea. And that was fun. We had never done a tea before. This was at the Mayflower Society House in Plymouth, which is a beautiful venue also. And so I'm going to show you a few clips from that. And yeah, so in terms of manifesting this year, we want lots more of these types of events. They're just so intimate and fun and beautiful, and a great way to bring people together in a new way. Hi to the vlog.
Hi vlog.
So what else am I manifesting this year? Just to kind of bring you up to date on how last year went. I know I kind of dropped off in the vlogging world pretty quickly, which I suspected could happen. It just, my summers get so crazy. All I will say in terms of how crazy my summer was last year is that it was still the best I've ever had. It was the most inspiring, beautiful, abundant, mentally sound summer I've had in a long time. And I, last winter, set this alarm on my phone to go off to remind me every day, a couple times a day, to be grateful, which might come off really silly, but sometimes you just need a reminder to look around and be grateful for what you have and what you're doing or creating or whatever. And I constantly found myself already in a state of gratitude every time the alarm went off, or so many times. And that was like, kind of gave me chills regularly throughout the summer. And so I am going into this new year more inspired, more driven, more passionate about majority of the things I'm doing than ever before. And so I'm trying to manifest more of the things I love and doing my best to let go of the things that don't fulfill me, which is tough. I've had my own business I'm coming up on 14 years this March, and some things just never get easier. But so many things do get easier. And so here we are. I'm so excited for this coming year. I have a little list of my little umbrellas of endeavors. And so dinner parties are the biggest thing. Hosting and creating events, collaborating with others, businesses, whoever, to design events and spaces that just are atmospheres for connection. I'll leave it at that. It's just a creative avenue that I love collaborating with others on, and I'm hoping to do so much more of it this year. Outside and inside. There's room for lots of events this winter, so we'll see. Branding projects. I was so fortunate to work with Megan Spur on rebranding her photography business last year, and the process is my favorite part of it. I love the creative process is kind of the common thread between everything I do. So I absolutely loved meeting with Megan, chatting about her brand and creating visual elements that truly represent her skills and her passion and who she is as a photographer in a way that connects with her ideal clients. So I loved that process. I got re-inspired to get into branding through Megan, and I think I would love to offer that to more creatives. And it's beyond the logo. I used to offer logos years ago, and I truly appreciate the time, effort, energy, creativity, and investment that goes into a more full brand. And so all the visual elements that represent you and your service are what I value if I'm going to be offering a branding package. So I have a lot to think about there, but it excites me to no end to think about working with more creatives in this way and going down this avenue a bit more this year. So yeah, something to think about. More label designs. I'm so fortunate. I'm still designing all the beer labels for Mayflower Brewing Company. And I know there's new beers right around the corner. So more label designs. And those are each always a creative challenge. In new ways, they've been a way for me to explore different types of design, different styles. And so I'm excited to keep that going. Calligraphy workshops. I just learned I taught 200 more people in 2025 than I did the year before, and that blew my mind. It's almost 500 people. And so I'm setting the goal to teach even more this year. I have great venue partners. I love doing it. I love the energy in the workshops. I love that people come together just to get together and chat and to catch up, but also learn a creative skill. And our workshops are set you up to kind of evolve your skill over time. The more that you practice, you can make one thing and call it a day, or you can apply calligraphy to so many other things, or start a side business, or whatever your heart desires. So I'm just excited to keep teaching. I'm going into, I think, my 7th or 8th year of teaching and not slowing down. I love it. Yeah, so that's a goal of mine this year. I haven't set an exact number goal, but I would just love to beat this year in terms of number of students in classes. So we'll see. What else? Flowers, obviously my biggest passion in the world. I was so happy with how the farm went last year. We grew an extra 200-foot row of annuals. Not everything germinated, so I want to work on the germination rate there and growing a few more varieties of fillers, and just constantly trying some new flowers. So we did that this past year, and I just want to do it even more this year. Might start some more seeds in the greenhouse this year. I have the itch to get a few new dahlia colors to just expand our palette a little bit more. But overall, we still had the most dahlias we've ever had this past year. And so I'm excited to see what this year brings florally. I think I want to add some workshops in this year. I have felt a little imposterish thinking about teaching floral workshops, even though I've taught calligraphy for years. I'm just newer to flower farming in the past 5 years or so, but I kind of recently was talking to someone and had the realization that a workshop is just creating an environment to learn. And so it's an environment to create something new that maybe you've never created before, or to learn a few tips and tricks. And I did teach one floral workshop in the fall, and it just went over so much better. I did a lot of preparation for it, but overall, it gave me a boost of confidence to try out some more things like that. So stay tuned. We'll see what we can come up with. Let's see. That about rounds out all of my favorite calligraphy creative services. Dinner parties, flowers, branding, labels, calligraphy. I don't know, who knows? I also love the idea that maybe there are projects that I don't know or even options for me yet this year. And that is the scariest and best part of not really having a set career path, I guess. There's always room for something new. And that's up to, I guess, the universe to create with me. So if you're into that kind of thing, I'm excited. This has been a great start to the new year and re-entry into vlogging. I'm excited to edit this and pick out some fun music, and yeah, hopefully keep it going and keep creating. And I want that for you too. So I'm going to end my vlogs the way I did last year, which is inspired by the way my mom used to create her voice message at work. And so if you first off, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And then if you feel inspired to leave a comment, please also let me know something new that you are learning this year. And on that note, Lily's barking at something. I will talk to you soon. Thanks for being here. I love you, and Happy New Year.